Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have your coffee ready because right here in front of us, Lumary is bringing their A game with their lighting. Also watch my other video. I'm doing some new shop lights. They're UFO high bay shop lights, and these are going to be for your garden, wherever you want. House landscaping, dryscape. These are smart outdoor spotlight pros, 36 watt, 3000 LM. They go from warm white to cool white. RGB AI, of course, all hooked up on your app. Length is 65 feet, IP65 rated. This is a 6-pack. They're music sync. You can group them. They're smart. What's not to like about smart? Okay, again, this is the 6-pack, so if you need more, definitely order more. Top link in the description box below of this video are going to be these exact same garden lights where you guys can read more about them and pick them up yourself after the video is done. Read more about them. See what other people are saying about it. Got your power cord right here. Everything is nice and tight with dialed in screws for water tightness. Looks like you have an on and off button here too if you want. We'll of course show you that all hooked up. Pretty long in here, so again, it's 65 feet, so I'm not gonna bring that whole cord out. But this is what each light looks like. You got your LED light down there. Nice and IP65 rated once again. You got your little hangers that twist and twivel and do all that kind of good stuff here. And let's show you one spike here. So this has a little thumb twist knob here, and this is a metal spike if you are wondering. This is not plastic. So that's nice and tight, and this is all metal body construction too. This is high-end stuff. This is not your plastic cheap stuff. So that's gonna drive in, that won't break on you. The wind's not gonna knock that over. Hail's not gonna crack this. I'm out here in the sticks in Colorado where we get hail, and it's nasty. So inside the light, if you can see, kind of hard to see on camera, there we go. You got LED lights around, and then you got smaller LED lights in the middle. So that's gonna be for your colors, your warms, your cools. Again, these can be lit in different colors, warm or cool. I personally like warmer lights. I'm not knocking you guys that like the blue lights, but I just feel cold in those kind of light conditions. So anyway, let's go ahead and install these, hook them up, and give them a run for their money. And again, check all the specs in the description box below. Top length, but the total length, again, is 65 feet. Now these I would save for your landscaping because of the way they tilt and pivot, but I am reviewing another set by Lumary, and they're gonna be more for a front entryway, which are absolutely phenomenal. So definitely stay tuned for that. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. But as you can see here, so if you look around, I'm gonna go ahead and be still here for a second here, but you can see it right here. As you can see, my little puppy's her tail wagging. But again, it blends in very nicely with the black. You see my little drip system sprinklers as well. But there's the other one here. You can't really see the third one. And then you can't really see, well, it's the position where I'm at right now. But let's go ahead and come around here. So that makes a little bit better of a shot here. So again, blends in nicely because of the black color here, and you can't even see the one on the other side there. So that's gonna look really sharp for your landscaping. Now with that said, something I just thought about here, I do not believe you can expand this set, unfortunately. So we end off of this one here, and I don't believe the company sells like a splitter or anything like that. Another third party might sell a splitter connection coming into this that would split off to like a splitter, just like a headphone splitter. So then you could buy another set and go off of that. But Lumary that I know of doesn't sell that. And then this particular set. So this is the end of the run where you can't then go another 65 feet without a splitter to your other trees. So you'd have to either start at another outlet and work your way down this direction, or get a splitter. And then this one would obviously unplug, plug in your splitter, and then you would plug that one back in and then run all the way down again. You might have to use a secondary smart box, but I'm just letting you know. Don't know if that would work or not, but just wanted to state that after the run on these, you can't run any further. Okay, I did not show you the remote control, which is a great feature, especially in a storm out here in Colorado. Sometimes our internet goes down, and instead of, if it doesn't click off automatically in your garden, then you have your remote control, so you don't have to get out there and unplug it in freezing temperatures. So anyway, you do need batteries, 2 AAA batteries, but it is nice that there is a remote control with some nice features, dimming feature on and off. Looks like we have pause and play for music mode. You do have your manual, of course, and then you do have a little Allen wrench, which does come in handy. Most of them are tight right out of the box, but let me go ahead and show you here. Now, I am going to have to run a waterproof cable because the garden is away from the house, and the cabling isn't long enough to go all the way to my power plug. Most of you guys won't have this issue, but because my garden and trees are kind of out a little ways. But let's go ahead and look at it here. So we have our power plug right here, which I'm going to run an extension cord to it, and then eventually, once I build my back deck, we'll go ahead and run some of these wires probably underground so they're not visible. But as you can see here, the black wire is running over to the secondary one, but you can't even really see it with the growth there. So here is your control box right here. You get your on and off switch right there as well. And then the cabling is very long. So again, it won't reach, but there's definitely a lot of cabling here. So it's all tied up here, and then we have it tied up here as well. And then all your waterproof connections, make sure those are nice and tight. And then you have your bundle up connection here. And then this one does need to be tightened up with the Allen wrench. And so I want it right about there. So then you might have to pick some weeds around it to not block the shot. And then we unraveled, again, the full length over to my next tree here. And then we unraveled it again, going over here to this side, pointing up on both sides. You will have a little loose cable, especially if you're just doubling up on a tree, but it is nice, especially look at the length between this one way over here, and then you're coming all the way over here for your next one, and then going around the base of the tree here, pointing up. And then I didn't unravel anything on that one because it's so close to this aspen tree here, and that one is pointing straight up, being able to illuminate that. Of course, we're gonna get those shots. And then full stretch over here to this side, pointing at this tree here, this Douglas fir, and then coming around to this side here. I doubled up this tree just because there is not enough length to run it to this aspen tree there, and we did have a bad hailstorm. That's why this aspen tree looks a little derelict, unfortunately, but that span of space is pretty far away. I want to say about 20 feet or so, 18 feet, 20 feet. So unfortunately, it can't get all the way over here to this tree, which would be nice. But for a run of trees where you have about 6 to an 8 foot gap in between, I think is going to work out really, really nicely for you. So we'll go ahead and tighten up the Allen wrenches, make sure they are at the proper angle that I want. We'll go ahead and wait till it gets dark. We'll hook them up to the internet and we'll give them a go. Okay, once you plug them in for the first time, they're going to go into pairing mode where they slow blink like this here. So go ahead and fire up the Lumary app, which I already have downloaded, and we'll go ahead and discover the devices. Just follow the directions and we'll go ahead and get them running. Okay, they were successfully added to my app. Now this is where you can go ahead and rename them, whatever that you personally like here. You just toggle that little pencil button right next to the name and go ahead and rename them whatever you want your Amazon Alexa device or Google Home to understand what that name is if you're going to be using speech. And okay, so I have renamed them in the app, and then you can see my 6 lights right here. These are just like the pathway lights as well. The app is designed exactly the same, but this is where it gets really, really juicy. You do have your on and off button right here as it turns it off completely. And then let me go ahead and raise my phone up here so I'm live right here with you. Very responsive and quick. We're going to do a walk around in just a second here, but this is so much better than my little small puck saucer solar lights, as this is just one lighting up this aspen tree here. Let's just go ahead and do a little walk around right now. We do have 2 lighting up this tree, and that looks really, really sharp again here and over here. And then coming over to, so there you can see my little saucer light, which just does a very small little trunk. And then this one is literally lighting all the way up the tree there. And then we do have 2 on this one as well, not to mention some string light Christmas lights, which are kind of hard to tell on camera. Let's go ahead and get in here a little bit closer. But we're looking absolutely phenomenal there. I do wish my other aspen tree was a little bit closer. That way I could put the light on that other aspen as well, but hopefully in the future. Coming down this side here, this row, go ahead and check out the different looks to it here. And again, I'll go ahead and turn them off and we'll see the difference. Okay, so now I'm up on my deck, and forgive my construction stuff, I am in a full remodel. Let's go ahead and hit the off button here as we can see the difference. And now let's go ahead and hit it on, as it just looks very, very welcoming, especially if you have guests over. That just looks really, really nice. And of course, with the color wheel here, let's go ahead and go over to like a blue, if you're into that for Christmas time, let's say. And of course, these are dimmable here. Let me put my phone out of the way and you can watch it in real time dim. So we're down to 55% now from 100. So if you wanted a little bit more dimmer, if it's a little too bright for you, then we'll leave that up to you. Let me go back to the kind of a warm light here, as we can see dim down to 55%. Now we're down to 19%, just a little bit ambient there, 37% there, going up to 88% right there, and then 100 right there. Definitely nice. They are dimmable. Now, down here in your color palette wheel, this is where you would choose already made ones here for individual lighting capabilities here. So now it's literally going to be going color to color. But these are just like the pathway lights. You can do breathing right here, where they kind of breathe up like this and then go down dim and then go back up a different color. You have all sorts of different colors here. You have blinking, so they'll just blink for Christmas time. You have a chase one. I really like the chase one. So here they are chasing each other down the row as it goes. Very nice. And so it would light all your different trees up. And these are great for Christmas as well, not to mention year round. Let's go ahead and show you one more. We'll show you a flow. So it does kind of like a jumps and then it starts and then goes down again like that. That's really, really cool. Okay, now it does have music sync as well. So whatever the microphone does pick up, it's going to go ahead and go to that. So let's say you were in gamer mode. I'll just do that. It's getting kind of late outside right now. But I'm going to speak into my microphone and you'll see them bounce around a little bit. So you see if you were in gaming mode, and obviously if it wasn't so late, I'd play some music to show you, but it does have music sync, but the microphone has to pick up whatever is playing through the app in order for that to work. And then lastly, over here on the far right of the app, you have timers, and you also have a countdown right up here on the top. So you can count them down 30 minutes, let's say, or something like that. Let's say you really like outdoor lighting, and you want to do a 30-minute countdown timer, let's say, or something like that. Or what I'm going to do is have them go on at dusk and turn off probably around my bedtime or so, just because I like to look at them while I'm up. While you're in bed, everyone else is in bed, so there's no point in having them on and wasting electricity unless planes are flying over watching them. So we'll go ahead and set that on this color wheel right here. So you can toggle over to white, they call it, but that is for the more bluer colors. And again, more of the neutral. Accidentally kicked the dimness all the way down. So again, there's your blues there, which on this camera, yeah, it kind of looks a little bit blue. It's a little bit more bluer in person than the contrast of the camera. That's your more kind of a neutral tone, where it's just very kind of natural, I guess you can say. And then you scroll it all the way over, and then you have your warmer tones, which I personally like. And it doesn't look as glowy like Christmas like I have on camera. It's very nice, but it looks very glowy because the camera is not picking up the kind of the shadowing in the trees, etc., through there. Now, this is where it gets super juicy, and I do want to mention this. These are just like the pathway lights I keep mentioning, but you can start turning them off individually. So each one is controlled. Now I only have that tree on over there, and to put them back on is going to be the middle one. Kind of hard to see on camera, but the middle button over there on the right-hand side. And then you start tapping them, and then they start going on again. So let's say we want to cut out the middle ones. Well, you got to go back down to that one right above that blue check mark, and then it cuts out those. And we're going to go ahead and put those ones back on, as we can see there. There we go. And then going back to our color wheel here. So again, there's your whites and blues, and then you go over to the different colors. Now this is where you can turn them to a red and play around with all these different colors. This is a really nice one here. Let's see, I need to go a little bit more left, a little bit more right, a little bit more left, a little bit more left. No, it's a little bit more green. I'm trying to get it right on the cayenne. That's a little bit, yeah, cayenne, yeah. It's a nice little kind of a turquoise, beautiful looking color there. Absolutely stunning in my opinion. Going over to green right there. And let's see, going over to yellow right there. That's kind of more of like a warmer tone, and then back over to red right there. And let's go a dark, how about a dark blue there, as we can see with the scroll wheel. Now I will double check my batteries, but unfortunately my remote control is not working. So I will reread the directions again, but I even went super close, and I'm not being able to have my remote control function with these particular lights. I did test them also on the pathway entry lights, and unfortunately the remote control didn't work. So I will be double checking my batteries, and I'll keep you updated about that. Well, folks, unfortunately I have double checked. I put other batteries in. I'm even getting a red LED light indicating that the remote control is supposed to be functioning, but I hit all the buttons, tried them on both the landscaping lights and my entryway lights, and unfortunately the remote control is not working. So I just might have a faulty remote control, but this is a review video, just letting you know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have figured it out. That's why you do read directions. These are individually controlled. So in order to do that, you go on the middle one here, and you just read your directions here. And then what you need to do is you need to choose a color and then tap the one in line. So let's go ahead and just do the first one here. So the first one is now blue. All the other ones are warm. Let's come back over here to this color wheel. Let's go ahead and choose a red and tap our second one. And it'll just take a second, depends upon your Wi-Fi connection. There you go right there. And let's go ahead and cruise it over to a dark blue, and we'll hit that one with the furthest one away. And there we go there. So you can see a dark blue, a red, and a kind of a whiter one here. So definitely nice for Christmas time, for if you're having a get together or whatnot. Now they also kept this in mind as well. Now with that, you can turn them off like we already saw individually, but we go back to fill color, and let's go back to this one, and we'll go all the way back over to here, and they should all trigger back over there as we just saw. So you don't have to individually do them. You just go back to the fill color, wipe the scroll wheel, and they'll go back to the color of your choice there. Definitely a great feature. Well, folks, overall, I think the lights are fantastic. I've really been enjoying them during the nighttime. Once again, top link in the description box below of the video will be these exact same landscaping lights by Lumary. But please don't go into debt for anything that I do make a video about. But if you do have the cash, please go ahead and purchase on away. If you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button on your way out, helps the channel and the YouTube algorithm. Also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Once again, top link in the description box below. We'll see you on the next video. Don't let the party stop, guys. Hit one of these videos, continue to watch, and we'll see you soon.